Shit. Oh, I definitely hate how I look right now. Okay. We're just gonna go with it and hope that this works. Hey, welcome back. It's been a while. Trying a new setup today. So I pretty much am just going to talk about all the things I did my first year of college that I'm pretty sure contributed to why I hated it and didn't want to go back, and then go off of there, and then hopefully people who are going into college will take my advice and maybe probably have a better time than I did. Or if you're already in college and went through your first year, then you might be able to relate, or you'll be like, oh yeah, definitely don't do that, because then you'll hate your life. So I made a list of like 10 things or something, and I'm just going to go through them. You can take this as seriously or as lightly as you want. I mean, obviously everybody's experience is going to be different, but I just wanted to share because going into my second year of college, and hopefully it's going to go better than it did the first year, because I'm determined to do things differently and try new things and hopefully just make it a better experience overall. So without further ado, we're just going to get into my list. The thing that I wrote down was to talk to people in your classes, because I feel like that's the best way to meet people easily. You have something to talk about, the class or the professor or the homework or whatever. So right away it's pretty easy to talk to somebody. And then that can lead to having like friends outside of class, like if you get together to do homework or to study or anything. I didn't talk to like anybody in my classes, like 2 people, and I just would come in and I would sit down and like do my notes and do my work, and then I would just leave, and I just didn't talk to anybody. So I feel like if I actually talked to people, it would have made a big difference and helped me find some people to, you know, hang out with. So the second thing that I wrote down was to join some kind of organization, whether it's like a club or a sport or just any random activity, because I feel like that's another good way to meet people. And I always said I was going to join something, and then I just ended up not doing it because nothing really spoke to me, and I was like, well, if I'm not going to enjoy it, I'm not going to do it. But I really think I probably should have tried harder and found something. I found a group that I might join this year that I'm really trying to force myself to be a part of. Definitely find something you're interested in. There's probably a club for it, or you can like start one for it. I'm pretty sure most schools have that. So yeah, and that's another good way to meet people, because I didn't do that. And the sun just went behind a cloud, so if the lighting changed dramatically, there's nothing I can fucking do about it. Sorry. Number 3 is to get out of my room, because I literally lived in like a 10-foot by 10-foot room. It was freaking tiny, and I still never left it. So it pretty much felt like I was living in a box the whole time. I mean, there was stuff to do, and you can like watch Netflix or play games or whatever, but I feel like I probably should have left and at least gone in like a common room or like gone on a walk or something. Like, I didn't do anything. I just sat in my room a lot, and it was really lonely, and it got really like unhealthy. Like, I really did feel my mental health just kind of go. So if you could avoid that, I totally recommend that, because it just was not fun at all. Number 4 kind of goes back to 1 and 2, and all I wrote down was like make more friends, because I literally just felt so alone. I really had nobody to talk to. Like, my best friend goes to a different school, so I would text her all the time, and my boyfriend went there, so I talked to him all the time too, but it's just not the same when you only have like one person to text and like one person that you see all the time. I really truly believe that you need to have at least a couple friends. You don't need a huge group of friends, but you definitely need a couple of friends that you can go to and talk to when you're you know, when you just need people to talk to. Like, being alone is just not fun. Like, I like my alone time, don't get me wrong, but being alone and being lonely are different, and I was really, really lonely. Number 5 is for all you people going to college for your first time, and maybe you don't know where you want to go to college. Well, here's some advice. Don't follow your friends to school, because I kind of did that. I didn't really know where I wanted to go to school. I just, you know, I had a couple places in mind, and I was like, oh, I have a couple friends going here. I'll just go here too, whatever. Okay, and now I still live with one of the girls I went there with, but there was like 3 or 4 other people from my school who went there, and none of them talk to me anymore, so, definitely wouldn't recommend going to school just because your friends are going there. And then also, when you go to school with your friends, you just assume you'll be friends with them, and then you don't make new friends. So I did that also, and it was lonely, like I keep fucking saying, bro. Yeah, so pretty much go on your own adventure.
Like, high school's over, live your life, start a new journey. I mean,
now's your opportunity for a fresh start.
But like, when people say that, they're dead serious, and just don't do what I did, bro. It was just, I had a rough time. Like, genuinely, honestly, hated it. So Yeah. Oh, number 6. This is pretty much at me and at anybody who has to take out a freaking student loan. I know they suck and I know it's sad, and then you just think about it and it's like, well, I'm fucking poor now. And here's the thing, after you take out your loan and it's already in your account, there's nothing you can do about it. It already happened, you're gonna have to pay it back. So my best advice is to just stop thinking about it. Stop stressing about it. It already happened, there's nothing you can do. You got the aid, so you probably needed it anyways if you're going to take out a loan. And all I can say is just stop stressing about it and just live with what you have at the time. Number 7. So this isn't particularly about any school or me in general. Well, yeah, these are all about me. Let's be honest. This is my experience. But this doesn't matter, like, if you go to the same school as your friends or if you go to different schools. But if your high school friends don't want to talk to you anymore and they kind of fall off, that's not your fault, okay? If they want to go off and be their own person and not talk to you anymore, yeah, it sucks and it hurts and you're like, what did I do wrong to piss them off or make them not want to be my friend anymore? And when it comes down to it, that's just the way life is. If they don't want to be your friend, they're not going to put in the effort. And I know a lot of people feel like I'm the one putting in all the effort. So if you feel like you're the one putting in all the effort, take a step back, see if anybody puts in any effort back, because if there's not, stop wasting all your effort on people who don't care. I hate to say it like that because I know a lot of the times, like, people do get busy, people have their own things going on, but when it comes down to it, if they want to be a part of your life, they're going to put in some sort of effort, and if they're not, then it's just not worth it to stress about and worry yourself about thinking, why don't they want to be my friend? Because when it comes down to it, that's just the way life is, and there's nothing you can do about it. Hey, so the batteries died, and I had to reset that bitch. So if the angles are different or the light's different or it's zoomed in more than it was before, like, really fucking sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. It told me I had full batteries when I started it, and then it was like, nah, bitch, played your ass. So that's where we're at now. I'm just gonna get back into it. Number 8 is expand your horizons, because you're never gonna really grow much or figure out who you truly are as a person if you don't try new things, talk to new people, try new things, expand your horizons, like try different food, do a new activity for something, talk to somebody you wouldn't normally talk to. I just think the best way to grow and figure out where you want to go, who you want to be, is to just try everything and really try to expand your horizons as a person. Which you can do in or out of school too. You don't even really need to be in college to do this. Just be open to growth and be open-minded. Number 9 is what I did to kind of pass the time. I wrote down, like, too much free time, get a job. So I got a job about the end of February of my freshman year, which helped a lot for me because it gave me something to do every day besides go to school. Again, if I had joined an organization or, like, had a group of friends, probably wouldn't have been that big of an issue. But I literally used it as, like, my social time, because I would, like, go to work and, like, talk to customers or talk to my coworkers. And I thought it helped a lot. And also it helped me start saving money again to pay for the rest of the years, because college is a fucking scam, but, you know, we're doing it anyways. So if you have a lot of free time, I definitely recommend looking into getting a job. You can go in off campus, you can go in on campus, but usually if you're in a college town, like, employers know your schedule is going to be a little bit weird, and they're usually pretty flexible with it, at least in my experiences with them. So yeah, definitely would recommend looking into that. I mean, obviously it's not for everybody working while you're in school, especially if you're in a hard program, but my program's not that hard yet. I don't know if it ever will be, but at the time, like, having a job works out for me, and I really like doing it, so. And last but not least, my advice for everybody is to make the most of what you have. Every college isn't perfect. Odds are you're not at the most perfect college in the world. Everybody has their faults, and you just have to make the most of what you have. So, like, trying to make the most of what I have. We have a really good student exchange program, so I'm kind of looking into going somewhere. In a perfect world, I'd be going to Hawaii, but I don't know if that's going to work out. So I would just recommend definitely looking into study abroad, or we have this thing called National Student Exchange. So you just go to different states or U.S. territories. You don't actually have to leave the country, technically. There's a lot of options if you're unhappy. You can always transfer too. I know money can be a problem with that, especially if you're getting really good financial aid somewhere. But I definitely think if you're unhappy, you shouldn't just be complacent with it, and you should find something that's going to make you happier, make your experience a little bit better. Because when it comes down to it, like, you're getting a college education, yeah, that degree matters, but so does your mental health and so does your happiness. And if either of those things are not as good as they could be, I definitely think that you should try to do something that's going to help them and get them to where they need to be. So, yeah, that's like all I have for today. I don't know, I just kind of wanted to ramble. I've been wanting to make this video like all summer. Like, ever since I finished my first year, I was like, that was kind of sucky. I should tell people what not to do, because everybody's like, oh, here's 10 things you should do when you're moving into college for the first time. And I'm like, yeah, sister, here's what you need to not do so you're not fucking miserable like I was. So I hope this helps somebody, and I hope that if you're going into college, I hope it's way better than it was for me, and I hope that this advice kind of helps you, or maybe they're just entertaining, and you can laugh at me and be like, oh wow, that girl's life sucks, because I would have been like, yeah. Same. Any more advice for me on how to make my life not suck? Maybe you've already gone through college and you know how it be. Please tell me and leave me a comment, because I'm looking forward to this year's, because I'm determined to make it better than it was last year. I have new roommates. I'm going to join a club. Still working my job, but I just really, like I said, I was looking into the study abroad thing. So if you have any other advice, or you can relate to how I feel and college sucked for you, we can bond over that. I think that's all I have for today. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. I don't really care. And if you're new here, hi, what's up? Not all my videos are this serious, so I don't know. They're not all this serious. Sometimes I make joke things. But I think I'm going to be making a mix of videos and maybe more college-related stuff. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I just got to be in the right mood. I also work 7 days a week, so I'm fucking exhausted all the time. But I really wanted to put some work into this, and especially get this video out for the people who are going to be moving into college. I know a lot of people are doing that pretty much starting this week until like the end of August. So I wanted to get that out there before everybody's moved in and nobody gives a fuck about going back to college anymore. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have. So you can subscribe if you want to. You can thumbs up or comment. I don't really fucking know. But I'll see you in the next one, maybe?